Hello folks and welcome back to twitch.tv/gameswithnick. We are continuing today our playthrough of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, the latest game in the Sherlock Holmes by Frogwares series. So last time we went and explored our martyr's grave, met with a weird guy, did some odds and ends, just did a little bit of a Moriarty. I think it was a bunch of DLC quests. And right now we're trying to get more information from a friend of the family that used to live in a house with an air balloon in the garden, which seems extravagant, but except that something just blasted through the front gate. So we're gonna figure out what's up with that. Except that did not save our position. Thankfully, the balloon is just right there.
As if they were struck by a battering ram. I wonder how we managed not to hear any of this.
And this is our imaginary friend, John.
Destruction and trampled ground. Destruction and trampled ground.
Still the same thing. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh, that's not pretty. Oh, that's not pretty at all.
Hog heaven. A coal gas tank. Enough to pump up an airship. A sailor's knife, useful for cutting wet and thick ropes. A sailor. It's seen a lot of use. The blade is worn from grinding.
Padlock? No. What am I supposed to be looking at that I haven't checked out yet? Oh, this.
Fresh signs of impact. A rough landing led to an altercation with this shed.
It doesn't look like they're gonna let us enter in the shed. Let's examine the body.
Contortionist, you were not.
Oh, that... It just looks so wrong. Which, I guess, is the point, but still. Oh, it's missing a finger.
Middle-aged. It's none other than Theodore Gilden.
Oh, this was the man we wanted to talk to.
Difficult to say if it was a way to start or finish him off. A belt from a dressing gown. Curious. A kneecap reduced to splinters.
Oh boy, Sherlock. Another death means another question.
And we shall answer the question. It's far too interesting to give it up to the police. Didn't we get to fly in it as children? I doubt it could hold my weight today.
Oh. I thought I was gonna examine the door, but no, it was just trying to force its way through.
An amount of tension that most can only dream of.
Apparently we're looking at an elephant.
Poke the elephant with this? Really? People are hopeless.
A pool of blood and saliva, possibly as a result of impact. A strong pull broke this leash.
Sherlock, take a picture of the footprint. It's valuable evidence.
Oh, is it? No.
This photograph can help us find the old article about the elephants. The front page was fascinating. It was hard to believe as a child.
True. We may need it in our investigation. A royal suite for a favourite pet.
Plenty of food to satisfy even the most fastidious.
Alright, let's reconstruct the scene. This seems the most likely way. This is necessary because somebody hit that. Yeah, it doesn't go that far, okay. Now, you could have warned me or some shit. Instead of just kicking me out. Stupid game. So I'm gonna, again, pick the elephant was dragging it. No. Yes. No, this doesn't match the fact that he was his favorite pet. That doesn't match the fact that he was his favorite pet either. So it's gotta be this.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Oh yeah, I guess he was torn to pieces.
In a fit of rage, the elephant broke the chain and threw its victim on the ground with a fierce power. Escaping the scene, it pulled the body with it, but dropped it at the gate. At least some of this was witnessed by a third party who was hurled against the shed. The elephant can't have gone too far. I can still track it.
Well, suppose you find it. Then what? Push it all the way back to the manor?
So, there's a newspaper article from the childhood. Front page story written by science journalists 10 years ago. Now, let's first figure out where the elephant went. We're gonna have to talk to people, probably.
Destruction and trampled ground. Is this familiar to you?
That's a question I can answer.
The elephant named Goliath crossed a great bridge in the direction of the forest where Theodore used to walk. So let's first go to the newspaper. And then we're going to teleport to the other side of the bridge. Alright. Front page, science 10 years ago.
I'll be right here.
Oh, right. This is the... No. No. There we go. So we need 10 years ago. Front page. Journalist. The Lord of All Beasts, written by Dr. Ian Menzies. Only a lucky few can claim to have beheld this planet's strangest and most wonderful fellow, the elephant. Said to be land's largest animal, this colossal yet friendly creature enchants all with its size, intelligence, and communication. Elephants are mammals just like humans and originate in Asia and Africa. Despite feet that reach 18 to 25 inches in adult males, the elephant is surprisingly agile, and in concert with its prehensile trunk, can perform feats of remarkable dexterity. Elephants form strong emotional bonds with their loved ones. Some scientists have even reported witnessing signs of grief or happiness. Perhaps the question is not how much elephants resemble us, but how much we resemble them.
That's the article.
I-
Feeling old already?
Okay. I mean, I did it because I was asked to. Like, the John's Diary thing is, like, kind of whatever, to be honest. And again, keep in mind, John is an imaginary friend of Sherlock's, so... Behind us, I think. So, it went through the bridge.
Help me, please.
Your money doesn't impress me.
I guess we follow the trees of destruction. Go.
The elephant barged into this cart of olive oil.
What if we're lucky and he slipped and fell somewhere along the way?
I don't think that's gonna happen, John. I really wish you could run in this mode. My gratitude to this animal will grow just as a stray gift to you. From the most responsible citizen in Cordona, T. Gilden. Interesting. That's the same Theodore Gilden who owned the elephant and who got killed.
Okay, hear me out. If an elephant falls in the forest and there's no one around to...
John, no.
Oh, you're such a killjoy.
Well, okay, so what are we... I don't understand what you want me to do. I've already examined this. I'm just gonna keep moving. Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. Let's lead up. Let me run a little bit. And immediately regret. Okay, yep, still straight. Let's just do the slow walk. I'll inevitably regret if I don't. There's something I could check here? I don't understand what these noises are happening. Oh. Well, there he is. Oh no, he's not there. Is this it? Oh, come on. Oh, that is such bullshit. Gotta find his tracks again. Oh, no, there it is. Need to go there. I wasn't even drowning. It was just like a little river. Fuck's sake, man.
Strange. It was hung with care. The game has escaped us for now. We'll find a solution to the elephant problem later.
Dear Theodore, I am writing to you as a fellow islander. I value our friendship just as I value the lives of our people, although I am afraid this one-sided friendship cannot tie my hands any longer. I am being made to look weak in the eyes of your neighbors. They believe that your trade is a mockery and not a peace offering as you intended. The people are afraid. You refuse to give your elephant a proper trainer, instead using your own limited knowledge to teach it. It is an impossible situation. I admit that I did think of having the elephant forcibly taken and given to Mr. Kaleheart, who has shown that he is quite capable of looking after the elephant Bean, although she is female and far less frightening than your beast. Please reconsider the situation, Sir William Sinclair, Governor of Cortona. Let us go back to the house. And use the key at that padlock. Faster if I do this. No? That's for sure it would be the key to that, but I guess it's the key to the house?
I can always recognize the spirit of a true artist.
And this guy really liked elephants, huh? Be from his time in India.
You. Who are you?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. Theodore Gilden was...
Did you kill him? Did you kill the elephant?
It's not in the yard anymore. It escaped into the forest.
You can't let it go. What if it returns?
I highly doubt that, Miss...
Imogen Gilden. Please, I beg of you, find that dreadful beast that killed my father.
I suppose we do need to learn what happened. Can you tell me what happened? From the very start.
I was here, so I didn't see how it began. My father visits the enclosure every morning to wake up Goliath. Today, I heard the elephant scream. I've never heard such a horrifying sound. My heart stopped. I knew something was wrong. I looked through my window and saw how it lifted my father up by his neck. I rushed downstairs. I saw it dragging my father as if he were a doll. I threw stones at it. It dropped my father's body and charged outside, screaming. Its roar was almost human. I was frightened, so I ran inside and hid here.
That is a terrifying experience, Miss Gilden. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Thank you. Goliath must be caught, Mr. Holmes.
Well, thank you for the information, Miss Gilden. I did have some questions for your father. Perhaps you might help me with them?
I wasn't privy to much of my father's life, and it's very hard to think of anything at all with Goliath still loose. Please, Mr. Holmes.
Very well. Do you mind if I ask you more questions if I find anything that might help?
Anything to catch that monster.
Miss Gilden, I was on this island 10 years ago, and your father knew my mother. I believe I even had the opportunity to ride that balloon outside. but I do not recall seeing you.
I lived at my late mother's in Sheffield at the time. I'm in no spirit to reminisce right now. The elephant is out there.
You've never heard the name Violet Holmes before? Perhaps your father...
Please, Mr. Holmes. With that beast roaming free, I can't think of anything.
Very well.
My thought process stops with this elephant on the loose. Yeah, let's talk about the elephant.
Had Goliath been aggressive before?
It's dangerous, but it was never aggressive near my father. My father would do anything for Goliath. All the elephant had to do was clap its ears.
You envied him, the elephant, I mean?
Our house is called the House of Ivory. I've heard some people refer to me as the Ivory Girl, and my room stinks of the animal, as if it's me who lives in a pen and not Goliath. It's not envy, Mr. Holmes. It's just incredibly difficult to live like this.
Okay.
Did you observe anyone else in the yard? Any of your servants, perhaps?
Servants? Do you imagine that we would have any with Goliath? No one wishes to work in this house, even for double pay. I didn't see anyone else. Only my father and that diabolical beast.
Alright. I assume those were the only things we could ask her. Okay.
False idols? Oh, sounds utterly dreary. She packed as much as she could carry. The same dull poses on all romantic photographs. So idyllic. Enjoy your happily ever after before it stales.
Hey, Sherry, we need to talk. You found false idols. We need to find the remaining two.
What does bazooka even mean? Would this paper be good for anything but blowing one's nose on?
They're not rubbish, Sherry. There's something more. I'm serious.
Very well. I doubt it'll be worth it, but I will find them for you, John.
You'll thank me later. They're some of the most imaginative books I've ever read.
What did you say?
Speaking aloud helps me think.
Jonathan's request will locate the entire Bazooka trilogy by Wallace D. Oram. On the first book in Imogen's room. This imitation of the written word is unfathomably rather popular. I suppose I can at least attempt to understand why. We should probably ask her about this picture. This victory is for you and you only. 1879 race finals for my lighthouse in the darkest storm. Paul. Yo, who's Paul?
I found this. Who's this young lad next to you, your faithful knight?
Paul. He's my pirate. He's not really a pirate. I just call him that. It probably sounds very silly.
Your secret is safe in my hands. Does Paul work somewhere? What is his surname?
His name is Paul Perks. He and his yacht Whirlpool are the champions of the Salacia Yacht Club. He sails there. I'll show you where it is on the map if you need to meet him.
A yachting champion? Oh, well, that will be a first. I prefer dry land. And so does my suit. These bags of yours, it looks as if you've packed your entire room. Were you planning on going somewhere?
My partner and I, we wanted a change, a fresh start abroad. But now I have to stay here. Here, an orphan.
How can you read something like this? It's hard to swallow, and that's not due to the hard cover.
You're hardly serious. Any library without Nabe and Laura is incomplete. If you can read, then these books are an absolute must. Love and adventure. They're about life.
Oh, I wasn't aware that exploding pyramids were a part of daily life on Cordona.
You haven't seen life, so you might try reading about it at least.
Let's go look in the study of the guy.
The nicest spot in the room. Mr. Gilden spent hours of his life right here.
Staring at an elephant's backside. What a wonderful life.
relatively functional choice to replace the finger. Oh, the pungent stench of an animal.
Did Theodore seek some pink elephants with this?
I think they were closer than you and me, John.
I'm hurt.
Grab the diary, maybe this other picture? Yes.
I think Miss Gilden has barely matured.
Elephant's Man, Cordona Chronicle, 1875. A local wealthy resident, Theodore Gilden, 55, has purchased an Indian elephant from a traveling circus. Mr. Gilden commented, "It is a wonderful opportunity. There is no one on this island better suited to provide such a comfortable home for this elephant. It is a paradise for a noble creature. No longer will this animal be locked in a tent with clowns. He will be my companion from now on, my second child. And I will protect him. Don't be jealous, people of Cordona. I am your best citizen." Only time will tell if this is a midsummer madness or not. The neighboring elite of Cordona are shocked to read the news, and furthermore to hear the terrible trumpetings of the beast. But they are having to accept the eccentricity of one of Cordona's most powerful. Now we can say all that the richest of our islands have trouble to bear too, the same as the rest of us.
His second child, an apparent son and heir, I'd say. What's so special about this place? Another elephant? A partnership annulled with a single stroke of a pen.
Where's the thing I'm missing? Oh.
A catchy title. I should take a photograph of the plans. I don't want to carry them around. Quite the spectrum. From the history of the Roman Empire to conspiracy theories of the French Revolution. Mother. It's nice to see her young and smiling. From before Mycroft was born. Our family loves to prod at the past.
Holmes's desire to rake up the past is hereditary.
What am I missing?
Looks eccentric and smells eccentric.
Let me go talk to Imogen again.
A commendable effort to barricade the windows.
Who's a cute bird?
Ooh. We should talk to her about the Everett bats, I guess.
A. Swift, is this name familiar to you? Your father had it removed from this plan.
Oh, that's Arthur Swift. I've seen him a couple of times here. He works with my father in the old city, digging up something ancient.
He is an archaeologist?
That's the word, yes. But to be truthful, I really don't think Mr. Swift is fit to be one. I've just learnt a lot about archaeology from my favourite book series. Oh, they are page-turners.
Inspirational, I'm sure, but would you happen to know where this Mr. Swift might be found?
I don't, but perhaps you can find out somewhere. My father's work with him is all official. Lots of boring legal papers with signatures and stuff.
Paperwork, so we're probably going to have to get to the archives and inquire about it.
And, which part of the elephant is in here? It's quite pungent.
Oh, that. It's elephant sweat. Father believed that it might replace traditional ambergris.
Well, that's true entrepreneur spirit.
Damn it. We've got the key evidence, but I want all the evidence.
It's chilling to think the monster is free.
Who's a cute bird?
I need to come back later to do something. I don't think there's anything else around here that I'm interacted with. Looked at that, we looked at that, we looked at the desk, looked at the chair. Be downstairs or something, or it's paintings or something. Oh. Let's see, exit. Different exit. Okay. We need to come and talk to her again after we find some other stuff. Wallace de Orem brings you along an explosive trip for the most crucial couple in archaeology, Nabe and Laura. Follow the path of love, betrayal, and revenge, the first part of the trilogy of bazookaology. Steel-muscled Nabe and flexible Laura attempt to find the lost city of the moon. However, there is a somewhat oversized monoculture that's been focused on them since their journey to the center of the earth. Dr. Nadbo. Giant underwater spiders, poisonous parrots, and bloodthirsty mummies will test the luck and knowledge of our characters. Will our beloved pair of scientists survive? Find out in the first part of the Adventures of Nabe and Laura. Sherlock's parents were friends with Theodore Gilden for a long time. They lived adventurous lives traveling the world in search of antiquities. This photo has been in Gilden's study for decades. A reminder of fun times past, or perhaps a symbol of regret. So, it's probably the Town Hall archive.
A contest for the guests of Cordona. Find hidden treasure.
Right, and it's here, right? Yep. Good memory. Here. So, I want to look at businesses in the British period. Also, yeah, I'm gonna leave that and instead go with legal documents. Registration of Gilden and Swift Limited. Notice of registration. By authority of the government of Cordona, this deed registers the creation of Gilden and Swift Limited on this, the 21st of June, 1877. Peter Gilden is the sole proprietor and founder of the above enterprise and shall provide finances in the land known as the Roman outskirts. Arthur Swift is a founding partner and shall provide finances in his service as an archaeologist. The primary purpose of the enterprise is to perform archaeological research in the ruins located at the intersection of Bazaar Road and Arnaud Street, beyond the fortification walls in Old City, Cordona. Sole proprietor, undersigned, hereby agrees to fund archaeological research in exchange for ownership of any uncovered items of historical value. The founding partner, undersigned, hereby waives all finder's rights and ownership of items uncovered in the archaeological dig in exchange for the exclusive right to publication of all academic findings thereof. Signed, Mr. Turner Gilden and Mr. Arthur Swift.
With your love for archives, you would have made the perfect bureaucrat.
Alright. Bazaar Road and Arnaud Street in the Old City. Bazaar Road and Arnaud Street. Oh, right here. Let me first go. Oh, I guess I should see where she said it was. Southern Grand Saray. Salacia Yacht Club. Right there.
You'll never find such My goods will brighten up your house.
Here, I'll buy all of this.
Enjoy your purchase. Tired of your garden view? Visit my shop and refresh it.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
Excuse me, just one question.
That's a question I can answer.
Yacht Club members mention that Paul missed a race and no one has seen him since morning. He might be in this room in the workshop south of the Yacht Club. Alright, we are in a workshop. And I remember that I had the hardest time the first time I played through this game to find everything here and what I was supposed to do. I don't remember what the issue was, but I remember I had to sweat to figure it out.
The Champion's Whirlpool. Pool's bread and butter.
So... What is the varnish track stuff here?
A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
You should have a warning to cover your ears.
Oh hey, number 2.
Skills of hatred. I suppose there is something for everyone, including champions.
Who knew archaeology could be so exciting?
Exciting is certainly a word.
And like what happened to him, right? We are entering here.
Bloodied bandages. Has someone been hurt?
Where would a champion hide a key?
Oh, is this where we need to... Not in the door frame. Not in here. I bet this is where it's in. Oh, well, maybe under behind here. Aha!
I heard. Bloodied bandages.
You gormless, gilly wetfoot. You think you can leech off my family, steal my money, exploit my daughter? This ends today. Your career is over. I shall give you one final warning. If you refuse to cooperate, you'll find yourself in deep water. Gilden.
Mr. Gilden wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. To earn big, you have to spend big. Old betting slips. Paul always bets on Whirlpool. One victory after another. An interesting place for a message to a champion. An interest.
You do not get to back out of our deal. You do not get to leave on a whim. We need you to get us fresh leaves for our tea party. If you have any questions, the boys will be keeping an eye on you at the race.
Additional earnings to sweeten the victory. A box full of darts. Each has a needle and can be loaded with drugs.
You are missing.
An expensive set of tools for woodwork. An amateur wouldn't know how to use these. Shipbuilding, shipwright's tricks, sail weaving.
That's about it for this room. Looks
Too
like
ordinary
it.
a room for a champion. There's no incentive to put in any effort.
What are we doing here? Tales of Hatred. Walsey Urim continues his experimental trilogy with an innovative second part concerning the most crucial couple in the history of archaeology, Nave and Laura. They've achieved success, although their victory comes at a cost. Dr. Madbone's true identity has forced Nave to question his life and even that of everyone around him, even Laura. His greatest enemy is his father. His greatest friend might be a monster. In the second installment, readers will learn more about the scientific past of both characters, how they survived for so long in the heart of the desert, and if archaeology can resurrect the dead. For after all, Dr. Madbone was only a pawn in the game of the larger threat, Sir Dread. Oh, I guess I need to pin this for something to pop. What is it about? I wonder if this was the thing that got me stuck. Like, it feels like it should have something to do with the boat. But you can't explore the boat. Maybe let me go talk to the people in front again.
Can I ask you a question?
I can't help you with that, sir.
Oh, you won't talk to us? Just not gonna talk to us. I know you're done. There's something about the range at which shit activates in these games that is annoying. Oh, there it is.
Undeniably psychotropes. Not for toothache, I think. I wonder what he has for biscuits.
So, Paul is smuggling shit.
A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
Now what? Oh.
Boy, hands off my possessions before you lose your fingers. Are you illiterate? The rules are written everywhere.
Oh, you're a trans man.
Champion, you mean? I was right. You are illiterate. I think a couple of shiners might teach you. One last chance. Who are you?
I'm Sherlock Holmes, a friend of our mutual acquaintance, Miss Imogen.
Look, you artichoke. Imogen has no friends. Except for me.
If you must try to insult people, it's better to know the meanings of the words that you're using.
You fancy you could teach a sailor to swear? Go ahead. Show me how inventive you are.
Stand still for a moment.
Smooth Adam's apple, female. At birth. Bandage arm, payback or accident. Wide hips and thighs, developed female body. What am I missing? Oh. Hit something hard, swollen elbow. Woman who disguises herself as a man to achieve a higher social position. No, those don't come from the open sea. Those come from smuggling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a smuggler.
So, a woman wishes to become a real criminal, and smuggling is a stepping stone towards that? Is there not enough prestige in yachting? Or is it easier to compete with other fools like yourself? Everyone has a starting pistol, just shoot and run.
Don't say a word. I don't know where you're getting half of this nonsense, but you're on some thin ice here that I'm willing to crack.
Damn you, Paul. I'm sick of... Who's this peacock? Does he know who I am?
I definitely know who you are not. You're not a dictionary reader, at least. I wanted to see how you... pals interact with each other in your natural habitat. But I'm afraid I have to interfere.
Oh, this is just an excuse for us to do a little bit of fighting.
I'm coming for you. Eat lead.
No more crime for you. Terribly sorry. Too simple. Don't bother moving.
The snuff's ready.
Honestly, these things, I really can just stick them or leave them.
I'm coming.
They're not particularly fun to play.
Don't cry, you'll live.
They're not hard.
Give him the pepper snuff. Can overcome the brute now.
Take this.
No, he's too far for that, but that will do it.
Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready.
Reload.
I couldn't miss the party.
No more crime for you until next month.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend.
I'm coming for you.
I hear someone, but I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Well, hello.
Time to knock it.
Let's just snuff him so it's faster.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Alright.
And there's no reward for risking our lives.
Paul's explanation will suffice.
Okay, where's Paul? Outside, I guess. Dead or outside or in his shop?
Your fellow mariners have a strange way of showing hospitality.
They were not my friends.
Are you sure? I would rather risk my neck for someone who's at least honest and thankful.
Perhaps then don't enter someone's life and be so judgmental, pretending you're better than they are.
Then give me your perspective and allow me to see through your eyes. What were you doing this morning, Miss Perks?
Don't call me that. I'm a champion. I was sailing.
The other club members told me that you missed the race this morning. Do champions not need to practice?
Ugh, you've talked with them already. No, I wasn't racing. I visited the doctor after that attack on me. And then I had to honor the deal with the bandits you just took care of.
I tried to tell you before, but your partners interrupted. Have you heard the news? Theodore Gilden is dead. Do you have anything to say?
Well, what a shock. To me, he was an angry old ogre. Good riddance. Was it Goliath that killed him? Did it crush him? Break his bones? Come on, tell me. I want all the details.
You have an unusual way of showing grief. Imogen wouldn't appreciate that. But yes, the animal could have been involved.
It's poetic in a way, isn't it? It takes a beast to kill a monster. I wish I could have been that elephant.
You're asking for trouble with this smuggling business. You'd better leave it before they smuggle you out in a barrel.
Don't patronize me. I've only ever had trouble with law-abiding citizens like Gilden and you.
What I just did
So
begs
ask
to
me anything you
differ.
want, and then get out of my sight. I don't know what you're suggesting. I'm clueless.
You smuggle illicit psychotropes on your yacht. Not a delivery for the hospital, I'm sure.
Of course not. I've had to cut corners to earn some money. How might a person afford to pay for a yacht in an honest way? I don't know, although I'm smart. The buyers are my customers. Adults who are willing to pay for their pleasure, or weapons for jewels. Whatever they want me to deliver. Nothing criminal.
Well, it's your lucky day. I'm not here because of smuggling. Have you tasted this tea yourself?
I wouldn't have been a champion if I had used it. It's just a side business that keeps my career afloat. It's quite expensive to compete in yachting. Sometimes I cut corners.
Such as fixing whirlpool yourself?
Exactly. And sometimes I just have to pay. That's how I earn money. I don't sell slaves or take the last mangear from a poor family.
Look what I found. A box full of darts.
Hey, that's mine.
I confiscated it. These darts appear to be filled with something. Poison? How powerful is it?
It's strychnine. Enough to instantly kill a small rodent. I haven't tried it on a human. Yet. I hope you know what you're doing.
Could it immobilize a larger animal? Say, an elephant?
I've never tried. But I have one.
2 darts are missing, man.
It seems as though Theodore Gilden hung a sword of Damocles over your life and career. Were these only words, or something more serious?
Check my forearm. Pulled muscles and bruises. Small cuts. Nothing that you could call serious.
I doubt that a man in his late 50s could wrestle you.
It wasn't him. He behaved like a rat and hired brutes. His boys tried to lock my hands behind my back, but I was faster and I escaped.
Was he so protective of his daughter, or was it your feminine secret that provoked him?
My guess is that he was protecting his property. As he saw it, he owned Imogen, and he treated her like a piece of furniture. He didn't want his daughter to be loved by anyone. What's more painful is that Theodore didn't allow me to love his daughter. Typical.
I'm not sure that your relationship with Imogen could be described as typical.
Are you afraid of a woman in trousers? Now that's typical of men.
Does Imogen know that you're a woman?
Between yachts, darts, and notes from
And I'm
bandits,
switching to
I
saying
discovered
woman
many fascinating
because
facts
you
about
called yourself a woman.
This An installment of Nabe and Laura's Adventures. Why did you sully your library with this?
It's a gift from Imogen. I didn't buy it. I might have turned a couple of pages, but nothing more. I swear.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt, but your literary taste has put you on my blacklist. A charming picture. I've heard that champions do often pose with their trophies.
Cheeky. It is a lovely trophy, though. I'm sure you will agree.
What is it that you like most about her? Her naivety? Her father's money?
A somewhat difficult choice. Especially now that her father is out of the equation.
Imogen doesn't strike me as an industrious young lady, so I find it strange that she was busy packing up all her belongings when Mr. Gilden died. That's some favorable wind in your sails, isn't it?
Is it so suspicious that a couple might embark on a trip? I wanted to thank her, so we planned to go traveling. A Theodore-free place, without elephants.
The timing of it is suspicious, however. Your lady friend becomes an orphan and heir, and there's a planned trip directly afterwards.
An improvised romantic dinner will never please a spoilt girl. A planned voyage might. It's not spur of the moment. I'm clueless. He's smarter than some people here, including his owner. Although I feel he could be dangerous, no matter how much he's fed.
Why is that? Have you ever seen Goliath attack anyone?
Well, not exactly. But I saw it, abusing some poor tree during one of its walks with Theodore. The expression on that old ninny's face was priceless. But it wasn't funny to look at. Believe me, it was frightening. I'm clueless. Likely just another strange and wrinkled fellow like old Gilden was. Perhaps this swift person has a rhino, and they wanted to see which pet was stronger. In other words, I don't know who.
I doubt that court owner is...
Okay, I think we've got everything needed out of them.
I don't know what you're suggesting. I'm clueless.
Does this knife seem familiar? I didn't find it in your competitor's back, to be clear.
This knife is as blunt as your humor. It's a bosun's knife, but it's not mine. I wouldn't be so careless as to mislay my tools.
Yes! Okay, good. Good. So, let me actually go back after the army. Struggle from inside here. It went a lot better. I think I couldn't find the drugs the first time that I played it, and I literally spent like half an hour going around trying to figure out where it was. Okay, so let's go back to talk to Imogen. And then we're gonna go to the baths. I would say so far Paul is somewhat suspicious.
I've nothing to say about this.
Have you seen what your father sent to Paul?
This is despicable. My father was never a gentleman, but this crosses the line. I knew that father wasn't fond of Paul, but this is just awful. If only he could have seen how good Paulie is to me.
Okay.
I don't have any thoughts on this.
Are you aware that Paul smuggles drugs for a dangerous gang?
Mr. Holmes, I've already told you. I call him a pirate in play. He's not an actual pirate. He's a champion and a brave gentleman, not a thug.
Let us agree to disagree on that. But don't be surprised if one of his clients knocks on your door.
It's chilling to think the monster is free.
What am I missing in this house?
It's chilling to think the monster is free. It's chilling to think the monster is free.
Oh, is it chilling? Is it chilling? Like this I've explored.
Looks eccentric and smells eccentric.
That I grabbed. This I've looked at.
Mother.
Yeah, this I already looked at too.
Quite the spectrum. From the history of the Roman Empire to conspiracy theories of the French Revolution.
Oh, was this it?
This young lady has a childish interest for her age.
There we go. Okay. Okay, let's go out. And fast travel to the old city. This looks like the closest spot. Around here-ish.
From day to night.
Oh, I should,
From day to night.
I've heard that in order to enter the Dick side, I need to be employed. A man named Idian recruits new workers in the old city marketplace in the west end of the district. He has a scar on his neck and only looks for working caps with a pro-British attitude. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna have to disguise ourselves.
Are you able to help me?
Go back to your fancy house.
That's not what I meant to do. Where's the old city marketplace? Oh boy, okay. Well, why don't we just walk down Bazaar Road and eventually we're gonna get there. Oh, we also found a bandit lair. Why not? Let's do it.
I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
Take a rest, my friend.
The ones with the shotgun, they always have powder on the sides.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Take a rest, my
Give him the pepper snuff.
Take this!
The snuff's ready.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. You know, the stun lock, not fun. Let me give you the snuff. Oh. I guess we're dead. That was bullshit because we just got, like, fucking stun locked. Whatever. Let's try that again.
I'm coming for you. I couldn't miss the party.
Too simple.
Coming for you.
more crime for you until next month. Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
Take this!
Time to knock this guy out.
Don't bother.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Jesus!
I'll put you 6 feet under.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Don't cry, you'll live.
The snuff's ready. I can overcome the brute now.
No more crime for you until next month. Don't bother moving. You've lost.
Okay, more people. That's a lot of armor.
Time to knock.
I will end you.
I can overcome the brute now.
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
I couldn't miss the party. I'm coming for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm coming.
Take a rest, my friend. Don't cry, you'll live.
Okay, we managed to arrest everyone, so. Van Tamer. Alright, that was a slight detour. I believe we are still on the way to the market. Yep. We might unlock a couple more.
Salty breeze, old ruins, dusty roads. Do you recall clambering over these walls as a child?
Perhaps. Did we find something at the top?
Ah, sure. Let's take care of this.
Ah, it was an old skull. What a lucky find for a pair of young adventurers.
It was easier to climb these walls back then. Not merely because we're older, but because the ruins are too. Of course. You said we needed to bury him. Do you remember where?
Oh, one would think burying a human skull would stick in
Old
the
man
mind,
was standing
but
here as we
somehow-
passed.
Oh yes, I remember his face as we flew by with a skull in our hands.
He looked as shocked as our grisly companion.
Nothing ever bothers an old Ottoman backgammon player.
This wasn't the right place for a funeral. We were looking for somewhere more appropriate.
Funny, nowadays you love putting men behind bars. I remember swimming through this mire while trying not to breathe in the horrible odour.
Oh. Did we miss something? Oh, here.
This is where we buried it. It seems that with time, our friend has emerged once more. The skull is ancient. Its likeliest owner was one of the Knights Hospitaller who died during the siege of the fortress. I remember now, you said this skull was my father's.
A child's imagination is a powerful tool. You needed this. A burial process of your own. A ritual so you could begin to grieve.
Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not how oft. I felt so alone back then, John. Uncertain. Abandoned by my father.
I know.
The skull wasn't his, though it may as well have been. In the earth, all of us look alike. But putting this man to rest, it did help.
I'm glad, Sherry.
I find myself rather tempted to keep it. If not for sentimental value, then it's archaeological merit.
Okay. That was a weird little side detour. Okay, so we go back through here. Then back here, and let's continue on to our destination. Kind of sort of see the market in the background. At least we did find a fast travel point. No, we are very far from the market. Oh, no. I need to pick the correct case.
All fresh issues are sold out.
The market square, beating heart of the old city.
Oh.
I wonder if they still sell that any tourist item.
Nice affordable clothes.
Come.
Let's pick something that
Decorate
suits
your
you.
house in order.
Okay, we're looking for a worker. British.
A good choice. A good choice indeed.
Alright. Now that we have this. There it is.
Stop blocking the view.
No? No, workers with a pro-British attitude.
Come.
Nice of. Let's
Does
pick
the
something
bowler
that
hat
suits
not
you.
do it? So I assume we're looking for that fourth from the bottom, so that's by the deer stalker. And this ridiculous beard. And this beat up look.
A good choice. A good choice indeed.
Kind sir, might I steal your attention?
I'm not buying.
Ah, that is the thing. You won't waste a single mangir. I am a digger, you see, and I have heard of a dig site so deep it clogs your ears. I want to be there.
Why are you telling me this?
I have heard of a man recruiting for such a dig. A man with a scar, such as the one that you're hiding. And your boots are dirty with the deep clay I am so familiar with. Oh, I hope it wasn't too rude of me to point that out.
You have a good eye. And you just want to dig? Dig deep and that's it? What's the catch? Are you in desperate need of money?
Oh, there is no catch, sir. I won't even ask for advance pay. Just give me a shovel and I'll dig a hole like you've never seen.
Huh. Is that so? Well, I have to ask you an important question first. Would you be fine working for Brits?
I am all for them.
I am all for them.
Well, you say that, but can you prove it?
I'll sing the anthem.
I'll sing you a very special song. God save our gracious queen.
Cut it! Or people here will make you their queen.
I can also speak in limericks.
Please don't. You might be a little bit weak in the head, but a natural born digger with a keen eye is what we need. Take this permission slip and go to this address. The guard will let you in and check with the professor once you're there.
Alright, we got entrance to the dig site, which is what we wanted. Let me take a quick look at the furniture store.
Oriental rugs at a good... Merhaba.
Sure.
May your purchase bring you joy. May your purchase bring you joy.
Alright, we have the disguise, so let us go to the dig site. I could actually move get out of this. I'll keep the disguise for now. No, I need to go north. I always feel so turned around whenever they pop you back in a spot.
Stop loitering and get inside.
Oh, thank you. Archaeological dig site.
Newcomer, talk to the professor first. He's the old fellow with the glasses and the plans.
Where's the fire in your eyes? Where's the smile? I am sick and tired of seeing apathy among the new workers.
Sir, believe me, I do have the spark. I want to start work straight away. It's as important to me as it is to you.
Ah, that's the spirit.
I don't know if the accent is putting on, but...
Great discovery.
When was the last time you saw...
Young man, you're disappointing me. I'd like to see a bright career for you as the best digger on the island. Don't ruin it. We'll talk when you find something useful.
Alright.
I am ready to work.
Splendid. Do you know what I am working on?
Archaeological treasure. You're hoping to find something priceless, something that will change our history.
Bravo, young man. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's true. We're looking for Vitus Lemonius's tomb.
I'll help you. That is my goal as a worker.
Good. Listen to me carefully then. I hate repeating myself. I am Professor Swift. We have 3 rules here. Don't touch anything. Always return the tools. And don't distract me.
But how can I return to you, given you're such a large tool?
Are you the only one in charge, Mr. Swift?
Yes, I am the only one and no one else. You hear anything other than that, it's a lie. People of your kind can have difficulty understanding who's in charge. Take a minute, memorize my
Of course
face,
he's racist
and
too.
then get to work.
Oh, I will definitely take a closer look to memorize my superior.
Observe. The glasses are broken. The notebook is thick. He is unmarried because he has no ring. Clothes are dirty, he's either indifferent or poor. Elbow bruises, fresh and untended. He is... No, he's a knowledge seeker. He's also a murderer. He uses all of his resources to get the edge inside, driven by an obsession to expand the knowledge of humankind. He does not care about his appearance, nor occasional wounds occur during research. No, okay, this is not correct. This is not right.
I wish I could be as passionate about something as you are, Mr. Swift. You value knowledge and dedication over everything else.
It's a long road, young man. A sharp eye and attention to detail are the only stepping stones along this path. You have to sacrifice everything you love for the larger prize.
Exactly. So much in life is superficial. I wish more people would understand.
I never heard a truer word, lad. Folk will ignore what truly matters in life, and for what? Convenience.
Bold words indeed. I doubt that many scientists would be willing to support their bragging with fieldwork.
The academic world is full of restrictions. Our honorable professors are too afraid to dirty their hands. God forbid if they have a stain on their shirt. You can follow in my footsteps. You can start learning by returning to work. Show me what you can find.
I don't like this guy at all.
Don't touch anything here. Get back to work.
Oh boy. Titus and Vitus Conquest. Titus and Vitus Lemonius were legendary legates of the earlier Roman Empire. Starting their military career to suppress the riots of the Bellovaci and Allobroge, they were the key commanders during the siege of Mutina and the Battle of Actium. With the new Emperor Augustus, the brothers received twin swords, presumably the ones previously belonging to Romulus and Remus. The brothers served as legates to conquer the Dalmatian and African provinces, and they were famous for their worship of minor gods. Titus honored Eros, while his brother played Zephyrus. Not much is known about the brothers except for the description by Pliny the Elder. Titus wore the skin of a lion with its head on a helmet, a tradition he picked up while being a signifier. Vitus held a shield large enough to cover the sky. But the exact location of the tomb remain unknown. Historians know that Titus died in the spring of 10 AD, while Vitus in the autumn of 12 AD.
Straw dolls. Eerie, but effective for a scene recreation.
Oh, I want one of these. Or two.
Oilcloth. Won't fade and waterproof. Enough here to make 10 sails and more.
Swift lost his temper when he learned what happened to the statue.
Which statue was damaged? Workers at the deck site found a statue with a lion helmet head. It originally lay on a pedestal closest to the beach, but someone kicked it over the edge. As a result, the statue broke and the pedestal remains tilted. This is actually not unlike the Mithra Temple that we did back in... I don't remember if it was Crowns and Punishment or Devil's Daughter, but one of those two games.
Somehow the text remains legible. Let's see if I remember my Latin.
The inscription named before pedestal translates to, Vitus rests nearby, beware the one who wishes to disrupt his sleep, for he is guarded by the gazes of his brother and the autumn wind.
A sickle for harvesting. The ancient Romans honored the seasons. A goddess? A mother? Someone's wife?
The meter, maybe?
There were 4 statues here originally.
I wonder what the 3 other statues look like.
My controller is vibrating, but I can't tell if it means there's something or if it means I shouldn't be walking in the sea. Kind of hard to tell sometimes. But I maybe need to get something that I can visualize. Cactus were a lion.
Vitus rests nearby. Beware the one who wishes to disrupt his sleep, for he is guarded by the gazes of his brother and the autumn wind.
I don't think I'm missing anything here, so I need to explore other areas of this dig. Hey. I don't know if there's anything here. Go further back. Oh, stuff here.
A plan for this whole operation. This reminds me of my father's room.
Attis Lemonicus' tomb has been found. Near the city of Corinth, British archaeologist Sir George Griffith has discovered a well-preserved tomb of a Roman legate, general, editor, Attis Lemonius, owner of the legendary twin sword of Romulus gifted by Augustus himself, first emperor of the Roman Empire, editor. In an exclusive interview, Sir George has described the find as a precious addition to the history of humankind. The entrance was found by the removal of several blocks of soil around the prominent statues revealing the tomb. According to Sir George, the statues represent the life of Titus. The female statue, presumably a mother holding a basket of fruits, looks to the west. Another female figure, perhaps Autumn, with a sickle in her hand, looks to the east. Sir George presumes that these statues are hidden allegories of Zephyrus, a minor god of the west wind, and the other Eros, the god of the east wind. All of this being played in a circle with the statues of the two brothers, Titus and Vitus. The achievements of the archaeologists have been acknowledged by the crown.
I see now. Mr. Swift didn't realize the significance of the statues.
Alright, let's go. Let's go back to the region. There's something. Hey!
Sharpest pickaxe. A guilty pleasure of the real archaeologist. Missing your Laura, Mr. Swift?
Hey, a word about the trilogy.
Right then, you literary expert, you, what was so important about these books? Or do you simply need some kindling?
It's inspirational. I have a plan. Are you listening?
I wish I wasn't, but I am.
So, we catch a monkey, a langur, for example, then we extract some blood from it.
What? Why?
It will make us forever young, Sherry. Page 127 of the second book.
Oh, I am so done with this.
No, wait. Then how about we make a wax statue?
I've stopped listening, John.
Wallace the Arm concludes the phenomenal trilogy of the successful adventures of the most crucial couple in the history of archaeology, Nabe and Laura. Nabe and Laura's action have caused the Earth to split in two. The hostile environment is now full of unknown creatures. Flying apes, free turtles that carried the world, and flying dinosaurs. To prevent the end of the world, Nabe and Laura have to combine their scientific knowledge and develop an ingenious solution. Sir Dread is yet to be killed, and it is only a matter of time before he returns in wrath with ancient knowledge of changing time. Will our characters survive in the past, present, and future? The chances are doubtful, but if you buy this book, the chances will increase. That's funny. Yes. Statue. Okay, so this is the one with the sickle. Now the question is which way she was supposed to be pointing. Let's read that again. Euros was supposed to be looking east. Okay, closest to the beach was line with a helmet, so that's Titus. The thing says he's guarded by the gaze of his brother and the autumn wind. No, freeze. You. Is it just the kind of statue I can change? Let me go back to John's diary. Okay, lying guy. He was looking west.
You're not even trying.
A statue looking west, the other guy looking east.
Sherry, concentrate.
It makes no sense because now like this is definitely the lion, but he's not Like, nobody's looking at each other this way. Apparently there was the red one.
Now, let's see what this has to tell us.
Was it somewhere here? Feels like it should be somewhere here. He's guarded by the gaze of his brother and the autumn wind. Like, his brother was staring this way, the autumn wind this way. So...
Vitus rests nearby. Beware the one who wishes to disrupt his sleep, for he is guarded by the gazes of his brother and the autumn wind.
The autumn wind is not the sickle one. It's this one. I'm right? The autumn wind is... the autumn winds. Titus wears the lion. No, the sickle is the autumn, looking east. The sickle and the brother. I mean, I stand by my idea that it's in that little spot in the cave, right? It's gotta be. There was a spot over here. Oh, here.
Here is your discovery, Mr. Swift. And look at this.
What have you found? Don't let anyone touch anything there. Eureka! I found you, my friend.
Alright. Now I can go back up and look at his ship. Well, he's busy. Then talk to him. The zoological bestseller Tusks and Trunks provides a more rigorous scientific description of the elephant. It is almost encyclopedic in its analysis of the creature's life both in the wild and captivity. One crucial chapter describes the elephant's mating season, in which they become extremely dangerous. Furthermore, the book features guidance on how to communicate and interact with the big mammal. A personal diary owned by Arthur Swift, who describes in considerable detail his personal life and research. More importantly, it tells of a dispute between the archaeologist and Theodore Gilden over the dig site. Date 1224. Theodore always uses his wealth to shut down complaints. I'd rather he bought a brain with more jarification, so that he were smart enough to see the bigger picture. Not everything revolves around your darn elephant. I have only a few months before he will commence construction. He even lacks the imagination to build something beautiful. Ivory baths. To mundanity. I must think lest our invaluable history be buried by the inconsequential. Well, it's pretty damning if you ask me. Oh, you also have darts.
Darts. Handy against rodents of all kinds.
Trying to take over my research, are you? I come here to pick up my diary, and I find you snooping around. Explain yourself.
Mr. Swift, if that were true, I would have been on my way to the newspaper. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I didn't have a chance to introduce myself properly.
Outrageous! You deceived me, sir. What is the reason for your being here? Who sent you, Mr. Holmes?
Theodore Gilden's premature death brought me here.
Theodore is dead? How can that be possible?
I'm thinking of all the possibilities, and I'm not crossing out anyone who might have been involved. Even his elephant. The land you're excavating belongs to Mr. Gilden, does it not?
Did I hear an accusation? I have nothing to hide. You can ask me whatever nonsense you've prepared as a token of my diminishing respect towards you.
Very well, Mr. Swift. I appreciate your cooperation. When was the last time you saw Mr. Gilden?
A couple of days ago. We discussed the site. I believe in the tomb and its secrets. Theodore's patience was stretched, however. He was already inventing new projects. It wasn't a long conversation. I suppose that his daughter will inherit everything now, along with all of the eccentricities and problems.
And not forgetting Goliath.
Eccentricities and problems, Mr. Holmes. One of many.
Were you at the site this morning?
Affirmative. This project is taking a lot of my time, as you see. I spend more time underground than on the surface.
When did you learn about Theodore's death?
Just now. You just told me.
And you aren't surprised, shocked? I won't tell anyone if you shed a tear or two. Weren't you partners, after all?
We were. And it is a real shame. But I've seen too many
that's bullshit. You're guilty.
Mr. Holmes, for the news to truly shake me. Will you allow me to return to my research? Or are you insisting on remaining an obstacle?
Oh, I haven't even started yet. You have a weakness for nostalgia. Or, rather, do you use it to record a list of enemies?
Young man, you need to check your moral compass. Reading another person's diary is a sin in every culture that I can think of.
It's also evidence.
Answering the question.
You've already read it. Why bother? I simply record my life to keep my memory clean from misinterpretation. Letters and pages don't lie.
But the writer of the text can. What's with this box of darts? Is it for a scientific argument?
A little darker than that. Rather for killing the kind of rodents that might nibble a nose or a toe in your sleep.
Let's just say I have to protect myself against a larger animal, such as an elephant. Might it be enough to stop it, make it faint?
If I were you, I wouldn't bank on it.
With this book, you attempted to plan an attack on the elephant?
Your insinuations are out of place. Goliath is a frightening animal. All I wished to do was to understand the creature. As any scientist would do, I researched, analyzed, and drew conclusions.
And what conclusion did you draw?
That Theodore Gilden made the animal miserable. He couldn't provide the proper environment for the beast. My interest in the subject ended there. I've nothing to add. I'm a busy man.
As far as I can tell, you're a man of the academic world, so this book about Nabe and Laura is just an empirical study.
What? That nonsense? I'd prefer to lose my eyesight than read such trash.
So, you know nothing about it?
I know nothing. I wish I'd never heard of it in the first place. This caricature of science.
Do I hear traces of...
I mean, you know, he murdered someone, but I'm with
still
it right
relatively
there.
young that you might find your own, Laura.
Perhaps I envy Nabe, for I cannot simply blow people up for distracting me. That's all. You happy now? Wonderful. I've nothing to add.
Did this plan cause a rift in your business relationship with Theodore Gilden?
Nothing like that. Admittedly, we didn't share a common vision of what is more important, the past or the future. In my opinion, we can't build a future without knowing the past.
So you wanted to save the tomb of Vitus here, or perhaps your control over the research?
Only the knowledge that rightly belongs to humankind, nothing less and nothing more. I've nothing to add. I've nothing to add. I'm a busy man. I'm a busy man. No, but he's with Imogen, so I suppose that he's a friend of hers. That girl always has her head in the clouds. I could have said Theodore was different, but that wouldn't have been entirely true.
Away with the fairies, was he?
That's one way of putting it. Either way, I don't know much about Imogen's life or her friends. The type of elite that pretends to be educated.
What's with this intricate recruitment process? Pro-British workers charge less?
As a head of this organization, I need to secure a productive environment. It's impossible to do so if there are political differences, especially here, where the native population doesn't support our efforts to find the ancient artifacts.
Decent pay can also stimulate productivity and shut down any political discord. Hadn't you thought of that?
You're young. You have time to fritter and fight with everyone you meet. Our workers receive enough...
Yeah, sure.
Moving on. Moving on. That would have been too much, even like a... But, absolutely. Besides, I had never...
Remember one of the rules? It seems that you didn't return a tool. Is this knife yours?
Do I look like a fellow who carries a knife? I don't need it.
There are plenty of uses for it on the site, and outside of it.
I have other people to cut ropes for me, Mr. Holmes. I've nothing to add.
Gilden's elephant is quite an unusual addition to Cordona's fauna. What is your scientific opinion on that?
No matter how much Theodore loved it, it still remained a wild animal trapped inside a stone pen. Goliath needs savannas, fields, lakes.
I'm sure that Goliath did not have a plan to kill his owner to head to the savannas. What do you think?
No, animals don't kill in a typical sense. I can only presume that it tried to protect itself from captivity, from Theodore. It was a gilded cage that was predestined to break.
Well, now, I believe we have everything, sadly, because it means we do have to wrap this up. Everything was fully analyzed, so... This is a knife meant to cut ropes. There was a witness to the chaos on Gilden's property. He dropped the knife and may have injuries from the fall. The lad may have killed Theodore. Oh. Holmes may have fallen on the shed. Arthur may have fallen on the shed. Either of them may have been on the crime scene. Arthur protected his research. I need to find Goliath. Okay. So we're not quite done yet. The other attempted to destroy Paul. Okay. Gilded Cage. So we need to make a female elephant perfume. We can... Okay, this... Can I... Okay, a Persian glass 3. That swaps from positive to negative or vice versa. So we need 3 minus 4. Which is... Actually, it's pretty easy. 3, 4... One of these. One of these. Alright, we extracted pheromones. So the foghorn can attract the trailer to wrestle, so I should go grab the foghorn and grab the fabric for doll making. Okay.
This fabric will work.
Okay. Back here. Oh, except we first have to leave the dig site. I'm gonna say, this case took longer than expected. We didn't really even take detours. You know, we played a couple of, actually one optional criminal hideout, but that's about it.
The finest clothes, the finest... Of course, think it over. Take your time.
I'm actually running pretty low on funds,
You'll never
so...
find such magnificent paintings. Tired of your... My goods? Enjoy your purchase.
Let's go grab the foghorn.
It might fool an elephant.
Mrs. Nini seemed to know her sewing inside out. I bet she missed us.
I hope Miss Nini won't misunderstand me.
Works at intersection of Knights Road and Trinity Way. Is she the seamstress? Yeah, she's the seamstress. Well, what is this? Oh, that's a lost memory? Why is there a lost memory over here? And why is it showing up on my map? Behind me. Is it maybe inside the thingy? Yeah, looks like it. Is it inside?
I'll be right here.
Whoa. Okay. That was weird.
Are you able to help me?
I'd help you, friend, but I know nothing.
I don't know what that is about. Why is there a... Oh. I wonder if it's just a bug of something. It looks like maybe entering down here might do something, but... Is it one of the... There we go. That's what it is. Okay. I get it now. Yeah, we're here. Let's do it. No, 10 years ago. Commoners. Front page. No. Articles. Advertisements. Obituaries. Is it, A scandal in Silverton. Many of you, dear readers, are familiar with our proud military force, how far and wide their victories, how safe we feel under their protection. But what if I told you here, on Cordona, corruption festers within our distinguished Marines, that for years they have turned a blind eye to smugglers and slavers and got rich while others suffer. The decade-long investigations has uncovered a seemingly unthinkable truth, and after careful consideration of the facts to follow, no reasonable man can conclude otherwise. Let us start at the end. Written by John in Hector Jacobson's stead.
The editor here is a quack, putting my gripping corruption investigation on the 4th page. We can't tolerate such disrespect, right, Sherlock?
Yes, John. You know, I'm starting to remember. We wrote it somewhere in this building. Let's find where.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, there.
There was a military parade that day. Everyone was there, so we had the office at our disposal for a while. Still, it's a miracle we weren't caught.
An underappreciated masterpiece was born here. You recall anything else?
We had a suitcase. It was soggy and filled with notes and clippings. I remember it was important. Working on this machine felt right. We found a folder with approved stories. John, it wasn't the editor, it was us. We swapped the article on the 4th page with ours. Curious.
Is that all, my friend?
John, no, wait. I'm missing something crucial. The suitcase, where did we get it from?
Okay, Sherlock, focus on it. What can you remember about it?
It smelled fishy.
I can recall the smell of fish. It was so strong I could taste it.
Ah, I think we were near one of those fish warehouses, big ones.
It felt wet and slimy, as if it had lain in the water for some time. Yet the insides were surprisingly intact.
Yes, right. And I remember the sound of horns like they use at the industrial sites. It must be somewhere on the Silverton coast.
That comprises the entirety of my memories on the subject.
So, we are looking for a fish warehouse on the coast of Silverton that stands right on the water's edge.
It seems so, my friend. I am sure I will remember the place when I see it. Let's go.
Okay. That was a bit of a detour, but hey, we've done it. I still wonder why it appeared. Like, there's no real reason for it to appear there. For now, we're gonna ignore that and just go back to our gilded cage. Yes. So, to find her... Nope. To me, the biggest issue of this game is that I never feel like I belong in the city. Like, I always have to look at my map to understand where to go. And that's a problem. And also, get out of this stupid costume.
Good day, madam. I've come to you with a special requirement. The tailors on the street can't help me, I'm afraid. Could you make a doll for me?
Oh, Senor Holmes. You taught the police how to do their job, and they found the thief. Of course I will help you. But what sort of doll? A child's doll, such as my great niece might play with?
A little larger than your typical doll.
Signore, I don't understand. Boy, girl, animal, and what color?
Animal, a passionate, perhaps amorous animal.
Ah, Signore, you talk in riddles. I am an old lady who's seen it all.
I want a sex doll for an elephant.
I need a life-size elephant.
I think Mrs. Nini outdid herself with this one. Is that a tail?
That's a trunk, John, but I must agree with you that it's her masterpiece.
Well, let's not waste any time.
Alright. Tolgas shed in Gilden's yard. Okay, okay. So we're going back to the start. This case was a lot more involved than I remembered. I do run like a bit of an idiot.
The game is on.
So, what's the plan? I hope it all doesn't go horribly wrong.
We know that the elephant is seeking a female. We can arrange that. A doll with the appropriate scent might do miracles.
So you're a marriage broker? Well, I suppose that makes me a groomsman. Oh, she is a bit breezy, I must say.
Well, Goliath is eager for a single female elephant in his area. It should be just enough for his taste. You'll need to trust me.
Are we ready? I can't stand the tension.
We're ready. Let's call the elephant.
If I told you you had a nice trunk, would you hold it against me?
How could anyone resist?
Please show me a night I will never forget.
I knew
You like raisins? How do you feel about a date? Oh boy. If you were a chicken, you'd be impeccable. Here I am. What were your other two wishes?
That deserves a...
And here's our lovesick friend.
God, those lines were all terrible.
What is the meaning of this? Why are you bringing it here? I won't allow you to leave it.
I assure you that it is only a temporary measure. It won't be long until the elephant is gone, I promise you.
Alright.
It injured itself while running through the forest.
Those eyes. He's drugged up.
Peaceful and compliant, almost a gentleman.
Boy. Oh.
There's something in the needle. A feathered fletching. This might be promising.
What am I missing?
The left tusk is larger and more worn. You're a left-tusked elephant.
Alright, let's analyze it. Okay, we need four red, 3 green, and 4 blue. What's that extra operation? Adds 1 to the region's value. Okay. We can just take the 4 blue, we can take the 2 and the 3, and just add 1 to each of them. Add 1, add 1, combine the 2, combine the 2. Okay. There, 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 confirm. Boom. There are traces of strychnine inside of it. The amount could kill a human, but it was not large enough to topple such a large animal. It most likely aggravated the elephant, causing a fit of rage and a burst of strength. Arthur or Paul may have shot Goliath. Which one? Goliath was clearly provoked. Now, to me, the fact that Arthur had a mating book, that's what gives him up. No, you definitely use Goliath. Arthur may have been there. I mean, I'm gonna arrest Arthur and free the elephant. Like, absolutely not. Like, it's not the poor elephant's fault. Oh, no, I need to confirm. Alright. So I guess we need to go and, actually arrest, the guy, huh? Back here. Man, what a weird case on so many levels.
I remember the monument, Cordona's legendary pirate, the Robin Hood of the place. Do you recall it, John?
I do. I wonder if... What is that?
No. I'm gonna kind of have to do it because it's quick. The monument of the local pirate legend, carried with a silver hand, rises at the crossing of North Street and Scarlet Street in Old City.
Karim of the Silver Hand, the pirate with a golden heart. I told you I remembered him.
Hey Sherlock, I'm up here. Guess what I found? A riddle, and it's about a treasure. Listen to this.
What? John, you've surpassed yourself.
On top of the monument was carved the first in a machine of riddles, which is John suggests lead to Silverhand's treasure. Nope.
Come on, Sherry. This is just like...
Nope. I'm not here to do a riddle.
Old days, Sherlock and John on a pirate's treasure adventure.
Stop shirking. Get dressed properly.
Oh, fuck's sake.
And come inside.
Where the shit? Where the shit? Where the shit?
Stop, Lloyd.
Bullshit. I have a slip, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, I'm just gonna accuse you.
You are guilty, Mr. Swift. Killing Theodore Gilden was a testing challenge. You succeeded.
What makes you think I'm somehow involved in Gilden's death? My partner's death, I might remind you.
You were there when Theodore Gilden died.
Nonsense. I visited him many times, but I wasn't there when the elephant killed him.
Then I must have made a mistake, because the murderer met Goliath's rage personally. The perpetrator was hit by the gate and thrown into the shed. Your bruise matches the contour of the broken hole. One further detail is that the murderer had a bosun's knife, fairly useful in a place where one might cut ropes and fabric, such as, I don't know, the dig site?
That's your interpretation of the fact.
It's not a hypothesis once proven, it's theory, Mr. Swift. Your dart uses strychnine to kill rodents at the site, is that correct?
Well, yes, that is its purpose.
The same dart with strychnine was found on Goliath. The very same substance is a powerful stimulant. It causes convulsions, a flow of energy. You shot Goliath. The elephant became extremely energetic, agitated, and so terrified that it killed its owner. For a man of your age, it was easier to hit a larger grey target than a small man.
You said it yourself. Goliath killed Theodore, and your strychnine speculations are absurd. Only athletes use it as a stimulant, not elephants.
True, but one dart of strychnine would not be enough to kill the elephant, and you knew it. Let me tell you a story. A man spends almost 5 years of his life locating an artifact. He puts every ounce of energy and money into his research. The same man even goes so far as to sign a contract with a ruthless man, a businessman. It was a risk, but the reward would be worth it. Years go by and there's still no result, so the businessman decides to end the man's research. He spits on the research, he promises to bury the site under an eccentric project. All of this is just his whim. Theodore Gilden could do anything he wanted with this place, and you tried to tame Gilden's eccentricity, but you killed him instead.
Theodore wasn't trying to sabotage my career. We had a disagreement, but it wasn't as dire as you describe it. He wasn't a pleasure to talk to, but killing him? Nonsense.
Theodore Gilden was a capricious man, extremely impulsive. But the cold-blooded nature of your plan makes you even more dangerous. You feel nothing. You show no remorse. It was simply a calculated move. And that is why you are under arrest.
Nothing. You have nothing on me.
I think I'll let the police decide if my findings are substantial enough for prosecution.
This is all a dreadful mistake. This can't be happening. The elephant killed Theodore.
Goliath is innocent and he should be free. He is not the real murderer here. That is the apex of your career, Mr. Swift. Farewell.
I told you Mr. Swift was not a real archaeologist. He was a murderer. I knew there was something wrong with him.
Fortunately for us, being a murderer was not his profession. And about the elephant?
While you were busy, I've dealt with it. No thanks to you. I asked you to solve this wretched problem, but you didn't.
I couldn't be in two places at once, Miss Gilden. I was catching your father's murderer. But how have you dealt with it?
A man agreed to take the elephant away. He came to me asking for permission to relocate it to his property, and I accepted.
Well, congratulations, I suppose. That is one less problem.
Actually, two, Mr. Holmes. I found my father's possessions that you can take with you and disappear.
I appreciate it, truly.
Well, someone has to do something. Take everything if you need to, and leave me be.
Take care of yourself, Miss Gilden.
Alright. As a cliffhanger for next time, what's in here? Letter from Violet to Theodore Gilden. My dear Theodore, you know I value our friendship more than most of our bonds. We share the same restless soul, and your acceptance and support in trying times has been a blessing. I'm endlessly grateful for the turn of fate that saw Seeger and I join the same expedition as you. It changed my life for the better. Nevertheless, I am not blind nor a hypocrite. I know that your feelings toward me have deepened. Forgive me, Theodore, but I do not feel as you do. I must spare you the pain of one-sided love before it is too late. Please see enclosed the necklace you so thoughtfully gifted in remembrance of our adventure together. I cannot in good conscience continue to wear it. I know this letter will cause you such hurt, and for that I can but apologize deeply. Yet my heart is with Seeger, who is still unaware of your desires. If this sees the end of our friendship, I will understand, but I truly hope we can continue to share the conversation, collaborations, and kindness that have brought me such joy all these years. Yours respectfully, Violet.
My mother always wore this around her neck until one day it disappeared. I was wondering where it went. She said it was a birthday present from a good friend.
We are remembering something more.
just had another glimpse of a memory, John. It's fuzzy, but I'm sure it happened somewhere in the manor.
Finally moving forward. Shall we go?
So let me enter the manor. So we have a an autosave popping up. Yeah, that's gonna do it for our stream today. So thank you for checking us out.
Garden's much prettier, don't you think?
Yeah, later.
I bet the memories are all flooding back now.
Thank you for checking us out. You can find me at twitch.tv/gameswithnick and youtube.com/gameswithnick. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the follow button, all the good stuff. You know where to find me if you're interested. There's some exclusive content on YouTube, so make sure to check that out if you're watching this on Twitch. I will be back probably tomorrow with some more Sherlock Holmes because I'm enjoying it and I have some time tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and until next time.